Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, it was an Emmys like no other. History-making sweeps and history-making winners. Plus, there's Dave. I'll give you my take.
Oh boy, welcome.
Then Ellen returns to her show today. Woo! What is she gonna do and what is she gonna say? And our special guest is my buddy, Paige Davis. Is Trading Spaces coming back? And find out why women are loving her quarantine hair. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jason Show. We are live on this Monday, kicking off a brand new week. I'm Jace. Hello. Grab a cup of coffee and please join me in saying hello to my sidekick sister, the one, the only, the ambidextrous Kindle. Good morning.
How did you know?
Are you ambidextrous?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, because we're lefties, so you have to be ambidextrous.
I know, and that always surprises people because I'm a left-hander, but I bowl, I fish with my right hand.
Yes. See, there's something to say about that, mostly that you bowl and fish. But
Yes.
I had other things to say about
How
that.
dare you question my... I don't fish, but I do bowl. I was on the junior high bowling league. It was the only
Do you
sport...
believe this?
No,
Does anybody believe
it's
this?
the only sport that would accept me in junior high.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I was the kid that tried to climb up the gym rope, and I fell down like a giant dot. You know the dot candy? I look like a dot, and I just plummeted to the earth.
I would have run up there and made sure you were okay. I just wanted you to
No,
know that.
the gym teacher hated me. Every gym teacher of mine hated me. Like, not just
Really?
hated me. There's one that's passed away now, so his family can't sue me. But there was a gym teacher in high school that made my friend Jim Orrell and I take off our shirts and stand in the middle of the gym, and we were the dodge for dodgeball.
That's
Seriously,
not funny.
I know.
That's so mean.
No, it was horrible.
You can't do that
No,
anymore. You
my mom
definitely
found out
cannot.
about it when I was an adult, and she's like, what? But that gym teacher came to Red Lobster when I was a host, pulled me aside and apologized.
So he thought about it for a long
He
time.
thought about it for a long time, yeah. Wasn't that nice? Anyway,
that's
now that I've just
something.
totally depressed the show, hey, Jason was dodgeballs throwing at him. Anyway, hope you all had a good weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was very busy, but really good.
Yeah, mine was the same. I spent it in Stillwater. Hello, everybody in Stillwater. No Neck Tony's, all the antique shops.
Yes.
The guy who was uncomfortably close to me in one antique shop, holding a very creepy old doll. Hello to you. Had to get a little snitty with him because he was all up on my back, and I had to turn around and go,
I'm sorry.
can you back up a little bit with your creepy doll? But
Yeah.
anyway, I love the Stillwater. It was stunningly beautiful out there. It's just, I love all those shops.
Yes.
The people are nice.
Yes, I'm a huge antiquer, which might be semi-surprising, but I love antique shopping. It's like my favorite thing, so I love Stillwater.
I'm not kidding. I didn't know that about you. You are an antique shopper?
I'm actually pretty good at it, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did it like before my wedding. It was
I'm not.
party before my wedding.
I have no comeback to that. I don't know. I was looking for
I'll
a
take you.
vintage microphone because I want to have one to replace the other one that we had here.
Yeah.
A little, because the microphone here is an homage to Carson and Letterman. They all had a little, but I couldn't find one. I went in one antique shop and I go, do you have any microphones? And he goes, yeah, maybe. And I said, well, where would it be? And he goes, oh,
Yeah,
maybe over there.
it's pretty
And he
accurate.
pointed, and I went, and I'm looking, where are you pointing, sir? It's a big antique store. I had no idea.
And there's all the like little rooms that
Yeah.
you can go in.
But it was great. So Stillwater, thank you very much for your hospitality. We have so much great hot dish, so let's not waste another moment. Let's get started. Here we go, everybody. Roll it, Steve. Good stuff today. Okay. It was TV's big night last night. Jimmy Kimmel hosted the 72nd Annual Emmy Awards, and all the nominees there were more than 100, were at home, at least most of the nominees. Look at this.
Instead of a live audience, we took a page from baseball tonight, and we filled the seats with cardboard cutouts of the nominees. You can see we have Regina King, Hugh Jackman, Jason Bateman, Meryl Streep. Wait a minute. Go back one. Jason? Jason? I know it's you. I saw your eyes moving.
They didn't move.
Yes, they did move.
Mind your business, Kimmel. Big night for me.
Well, it actually, sadly, wasn't a big night for Ozark, except for Julie. But the big winner of the night went to a show that wrapped up its 6th and final season. And it's a show I can't legally say its name. Look.
And the Emmy goes to Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek.
And the Emmy goes to Daniel Levy, Schitt's Creek.
And the Emmy goes to Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek.
That's right. S Creek. I'm just afraid to say it. I don't need an email. No. The Creek was not Dawson's. Was the big winner, taking home a mini awards. It was a sweep, Kendall.
Yeah.
It was a sweep, and I'm so happy because if you're not a fan of the show, here's what I'll tell you. The show goes against most show logic, which is usually a show is really good and then it gets long in the tooth, you know, toward the end of its run. This show has a backwards trajectory. I would argue the Creek got actually better as the years went on. The characters became more fleshed out. You cared about them more. I think the last season was perhaps its best. The writing, I don't know. I love this show so much, and especially for what it represents. I'm so glad it won basically everything.
Everything. I like that they had their own little mini party too.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of fun because then you got the ambiance you normally would get.
Yes.
So.
In Canada, and I love to see people were surprised that Dan Levy didn't just star in it. He was really responsible for the whole thing. And boy, Eugene and Dan look exactly alike, don't they?
They do. It's just weird.
I mean, Dan looks like January 2020. Eugene looks like September 2020. That's what, yeah.
Snap.
Yeah. One of the presenters for the evening was, my guy, the legend David Letterman. Dave hosted the Emmys back in 1986 on NBC, and he decided to read jokes from that night. Look at this.
1986, what a great looking crowd. So many stars, so much cocaine. Is this the Emmys or the Mets locker room? Neil Diamond is nominated tonight. Neil, where'd you go for that spray tan? Chernobyl? 1986. Oliver North and Angela Lansbury have a new show this fall on CBS. It's called Trading Arms for Hostages, she wrote. Telling you, quality comedy is timeless. Oh!
And one of my favorite parts of it, and it's so Letterman, is in the middle of his jokes, a guy drove by and goes, "You suck!" Just right in the middle of it.
Straight up?
Just straight up, just drove right through the thing. Planned, of course. But so Dave, I don't know. It's good to see him. And the older he gets, the more he looks like the Gorton's fisherman. You know, just with the beard and the whole thing. He dressed up as the Gorton's fisherman one day on the Late Show, but yeah.
I was going with more the Santa look, but Gorton's
Or that,
looks
yeah.
too.
Dave handed out the award for Outstanding Variety Talk Series, and last week tonight with John Oliver won. John was very surprised when that box popped and it had the award right there. And one of the big surprises of the night came in the Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. Laura Linney, Sandra Oh, Jennifer Aniston, Olivia Colman, and Jodie Comer were all up for the award, but it went to Zendaya for her role in the HBO show Euphoria. The 24-year-old became the youngest ever to win the award, and I know that my Twitter feed was filled with Zendaya and Regina King, who had a great speech as well. The Watchmen, people love that. I need to watch The Watchmen. All of my friends love that show.
I've heard it's
on
pretty
HBO.
good too. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's an entire generation span that loves Zendaya because they grew up on the Disney Channel with her. And now there's like a whole broader audience for it. How could you not like her?
I'm old and I love her.
And
I
she's
have
so
a little,
cute, her outfit. I'm
know.
like, girl.
She's stunningly and just so talented. Next in the dish, it's the day we've been waiting for, kinda. Ellen returns to the airwaves today, and we're getting our first look, this dropped a little bit ago, at her opening monologue. We'll talk about it on the other side. Look.
I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
She goes on, the monologue's about 8 minutes. It's season 18 for Ellen. Tiffany Haddish is going to be on there to break the ice after, as we all know, a month of scandal. I think there's several ways you can look at this. I think you can pretty much break down people into these categories. Not everybody. But you're going to have the people that love Ellen no matter what, that will take her word and will continue to enjoy the show. I think you have the people that will watch that and already are tuned out, already have been turned off by her because of maybe her political leanings. They think that she's too political, or like we saw on our comment page, people don't like that she scares people. So you're going to have the people that no matter what Ellen says, they've already drawn a conclusion about her. And then I got to tell you, I'm coming at this from a different point of view. As somebody, you know, in the monologue, we didn't play this part, but in that monologue, she talks about being known as the woman, the be kind woman, and how tricky that is. I get that. I'm coming at this through an understanding of that because I'm the anti-bullying guy. So I walk a weird line sometimes when I'm doing a show like this where I have to be snarky. I'm sometimes called, I'm called to the rug about, well, that was a little, you know what I mean?
Right.
So my point is, we're all going to step in due at some point in our life, and I hope that we all will be given grace. I think Ellen should be given a chance. I think maybe let's check back at the end of the season. What are the people that work for her? That's who really matters. What did they say? Is it just words in a monologue, or is she really changing the culture of that place? And really, us as viewers, I don't even know if it's we can have an opinion, but what matters is the people that she allegedly hurt. Do they accept her apology? Do they believe her? That's the people that matter, not us.
Right.
We're passive bystanders.
We're just here for the party.
We are.
Basically.
And speaking of the party, get your party favors ready.
Okay.
Like little balloons and things, because we have a lot more to come. Stay right there, everyone. We'll be back right after this. We're just getting started. Coming up in just a little bit. Selling Sunset has been a huge hit for Netflix. Well, TMZ talked to the show's villain and has dish about season 4. Then she has the keys to your home makeover dreams. Or when Hay is involved, a makeover nightmare. Actress, host, singer, all-around fabulous person, Paige Davis from Trading Spaces is our special guest. My buddy will join us for the rest of the hour, and it all starts next.
All right, Beverly Hills, were you at all surprised at the news that Denise chose to leave the show?
I was surprised. I'm going to need more than 10 seconds for this. I feel like as much as Brandi Glanville was responsible, I have to blame Lisa Rinna. I felt like she was bullying. She was looking for trouble. I think at the end of the day, she wanted Denise to leave, and unfortunately, Denise left. And I'm no Denise apologist or an Aaron apologist, but I felt like they really pushed her out of Beverly Hills. Sad. Hashtag sad.
Hot take by Housewives superfan Michael Rappaport on with Andy Cohen last night. I don't know. I don't know if I totally believe. I agree with that one. I think Denise kind of made her own bed, and Lisa Rinna helped her make it with brand new linen. I don't know. It's a horrible analogy that I will stop right now. Speaking of The Real Housewives, listen to this. Season 7 of The Real debuts today and will feature an interview with Denise, and it comes as her former co-star Garcelle officially joins The Real today as a co-host. The show lost 2 of its co-hosts over the summer when Amanda and Tamara decided to leave the show. The Real airs, if you're watching us here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, airs at 1 on Fox 9. I love Garcelle. I met her, one of the nicest celebrities I've met. She's the real deal. Well, you know, on Mondays we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Brad from TMZ. Good morning, Brad.
Hey, good morning, Jason. How are you?
Good. Another day, another story about Kanye West. What's he? I saw he was all over social media. What's he saying today?
You know, Jason, I think as long as he has access to Twitter, we're going to have some Kanye stories, because over the weekend, he kind of outlined his plan for music contracts moving forward. If you'd follow him if you've followed him over the last week or so, he's really started to talk about artists owning their master copies of songs and getting away from music contracts. So kind of the idea that he lined out over the weekend on Twitter was that these artists need more control, they need to own their material, and they need to own it in the future too, because according to Kanye, these music companies and these publishers are the ones holding on to all the money. And as soon as something like a pandemic hits and artists can no longer tour, they really become in a tough financial spot. So that's why he kind of outlined this plan over the weekend. Now, whether or not it takes on remains to be seen, but at least he thinks it's the right thing to do.
Brad, and didn't he, for like the 1,000th time, mention Taylor Swift again?
This time, Jason, he's on Taylor's side, because if you remember about a year ago, it was Taylor Swift who got upset when her master copies were sold to Scooter Braun. So Kanye even mentioned Taylor, saying, you know what, I'm going to help her get her music. Scooter's a family friend. I can't imagine Taylor wants any help from Kanye West. That just hasn't worked out in the past.
No.
But nonetheless, he brought her name into it.
So Selling Sunset, everybody loves that show. I've watched it. You guys caught up with the show's villain. What did she say about an upcoming 4th season?
We did. So we got Christine Quinn out, and there have been a lot of rumors about a 4th season and maybe even a 5th season of Selling Sunset. And we asked her, and I'll keep it PG, but she said essentially that they all love the attention way too much to give up the show. So she says they're in negotiations, and hopefully season 4 will start production here shortly.
Wow, I am shocked by her answer. Just absolutely
right.
Stunned that she likes the attention. Okay,
Yeah.
Larissa from 90 Day Fiancé has had her fair share of run-ins with the law, and looks like she's free now?
Well, not quite. I mean, she was allegedly taken in by ICE over the weekend. Larissa, she was doing a cam show for Cam Soda last week, and then she was supposed to move cross country in a U-Haul, and they were packing that up. And that's allegedly when ICE agents showed up, took her into custody. I mean, like you said, she's had issues in the past. Looks like maybe she now is headed to Colorado and has gotten things figured out. But this was just another bump in the road for Larissa.
Brad, look, maybe it's just me, but call me crazy. I'm trying to think of what the audience... If you have immigration problems that you are aware of, why in the world would you go on a show on the TLC? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't mean to state the obvious.
I don't know why you're going to have a show on TLC. I don't know why you're going to advertise that you're moving and where you're headed. I don't understand any of that, but looks like she may have learned the hard way.
Absolutely. Brad, have a good week. Thank you so much. TMZ.com, everybody, for more on the stories, and you can always catch TMZ TV on TV. Check your local listings. The Selling Sunset, Kendall, here's the deal.
Yes.
Ted got me very excited about that show. He loves it.
Yeah.
You got me excited about it.
Yeah, my mom loved it.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Mom. I watched it. I was excited. I liked it. Jeff watched it, kind of liked it, but he's the opposite of Mikey. He doesn't like anything. Now I'm forever ruined by that show, knowing that it's basically The Hills, that it's so scripted. I mean, I go into all reality shows knowing, like the restaurants are set up, but knowing that show is really, really, really fake, I've stopped watching it. I never went back.
Oh, it never ruins it for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. I didn't go back right after we did that story.
Oh, well, I love the Kardashians, and that whole thing is fake, so.
I would rather have a badger gnaw off my ear than watch that show. Next in the dish, just be clear about how I feel. Reboots and sequels are all the rage these days, but there's one film that isn't getting around to. Which one? This one.
Yeah.
Mr. Hobbs, it's me on the intercom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think someone sent you a Christmas gram.
Dad! All right, let's get it over with.
I walked all day and night to find you.
You look like you came from the North Pole.
That's exactly where I came from. Santa must have called you.
Oh, yeah, sure. He just got off the cell phone with me.
You did?
Elf will not get a sequel. If you were hoping, I'm sorry. James Caan, right there, who played Will Ferrell's father, told a Cleveland radio station that there were talks about a sequel, but Will Ferrell and director Jon Favreau can't stand each other. I'm just not even going to beat around the bush. He said Will wanted to do the sequel with a different director, and then the project died. The movie made $200 million and has become a Christmas classic. That makes me sad because I like both of them. I love Jon Favreau. Hello, Mandalorian. And I love Will. I love Kendall. I don't want people to fight unless it's a really good story for the first block of our show.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff, for laughing at that.
Fine.
Yeah.
Then it's 100% fine. This show doesn't need a sequel.
No,
though.
there's that
It never
too.
needed one.
It's like the rumor that they were going to remake or they were going to do a sequel to Goonies. I'm sorry, I'm the Goonies age.
Yeah.
I don't want to see 45-year-olds running around looking for buried treasure.
Just doesn't work.
Oh, what am I going to look for? Treasure and Activia? You know what I mean? Oh, look, I'm looking for the ancient yogurt of Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, no, I don't want to see Goonies 2. Leave it alone. It's perfect. Goonies, Gremlins already had a sequel, but E.T. and Goonies, leave it alone. Don't ever make a sequel. I don't want E.T. to come back.
E.T., phone home.
Don't ever do that again. Okay. Next in the dish, Lady Gaga was on CBS Sunday Morning and talked about some of the struggles she faced in her career. You know, she suffers from PTSD from a sexual assault as a teen. Listen to this.
Did you think about suicide?
Oh, yeah. Every day.
Every day?
Yeah. I lived in this house while people watched me for a couple years to make sure that I was safe.
Her mental anguish presented physical pain, too. In her 2017 Netflix documentary, Gaga 5'2", it was on full display.
It's just everything. Global pain. And mental pain. Most of the time, it is triggered by objectification. If I'm at the grocery store and somebody comes up very close to me and puts a cell phone right in my face and just starts taking pictures.
That triggers it.
Oh, just total panic, full body pain. I'm braced because I'm so afraid. It's like
She talked about her recently forged friendship with Ariana Grande Latte. The two performed at the MTV right there, the VMAs, saying it was nearly impossible to make a female friend in the entertainment business. That's sad. You know, I don't like hearing that.
I do get it though, kind of. I mean, there's a lot, and it's so much deeper than this whole like 10-second spiel I'm gonna give.
No,
but,
go, yeah.
I think that oftentimes we're just sort of culturally bred as women to be super competitive with each other on a level that men maybe are competitive in sports or jobs, but we're just like down to your hair, down to your fingernails competitive. So on that level, it's got to just be monstrous.
That makes me sad. Do you think it's getting better?
I don't know. I mean, it's sad, and I can't quite explain it. But yeah, the whole women helping women, like female power thing, it's real. We got to push for it. You know?
We talk about. I mention this reference all the time. You're very true. You're very right. You know, back in the day, I'll make an old reference. You know, they never pit the male anchors against each other.
No.
You know what I mean? But there's always stories of, you know, and back in the 80s and 90s, Barbara Walters hates Diane Sawyer and Diane Sawyer hates Katie Couric. But you never heard Dan Rather and Tom Brokaw mud wrestling. Welcome back. Well, you know our next guest from her years is the host of the mega popular show Trading Spaces. She's also a Broadway star, best-selling author. She's a dog mom. She's a wife. She's my buddy. I first met Paige Davis in March of 2018. Look at this behind-the-scenes picture when she was on our show for the first time. And these are pics from the time that we met, the first time we met backstage during the commercial break before her very first interview. And as you can see, and I've told this story many times, we had an instant connection that has never happened before, and I don't think it's going to happen since. Well, since that day, Paige has become a friend and appeared on the show several times, including a few months ago at the very start of the pandemic. So please welcome back to the show my dear, beautiful friend, Paige Davis. Hi, sweetheart.
How are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I don't know if I'm any different than I was the last time we talked.
No, you are okay. Let's talk about
Well,
this
I'm
first.
back in New York.
You are back in New York.
Sheltering in place in Avalon, New Jersey, which is, down the shore.
Yeah.
And we're back home in New York because my parents, they need to rent that house out in the summer, and the renters came, by golly. Summer was not halted by coronavirus. So they skedaddled to Colorado, which is what they always do, and we had to return to New York. So we've been home since mid-May.
Well, I got to tell you, after our segment aired, again, Paige was on right at the beginning of the pandemic, and you were just starting to grow out your hair. And we got such a reaction from women, Paige, that were like, you go, girl. Don't be afraid of that. Let it go. And now look at it. It looks really good, sweetheart. It does.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, Jason. I did actually end up doing the roots, but I left the ones in just this part. So this is actually my natural color in the front.
Oh, seriously?
That's my natural color everywhere. But so I actually did end up doing the roots because I was going on TV, not like this, where it's like casual and we're just talking about the Rona.
Yeah.
But, I got to do $100,000 pyramid.
Yes.
And so that's going to air in January. So I will come back on and promote that just as an excuse to see you. So I was like, I'm not going on national television with like a yarmulke of gray hair.
No, I think it looks fantastic. So again, we haven't talked on the show for months. How are you and Patrick doing with the pandemic? I mean, how is quarantining?
We're okay. I mean, we're very fortunate. We have a 1,000 square foot apartment, which is unheard of in New York City.
Yeah.
And he's sometimes in the bedroom. I'm sometimes in the bedroom. We make space. We live 1 block away from Riverside Park. New Yorkers are very conscientious. You can pretty much do anything and go anywhere as long as you're wearing your mask. And everybody here is doing that. And our numbers are going down. Outdoor seating at restaurants is happening. And so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
The weather's nice enough that we can sit outside. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We
didn't really talk about this the last time, but for people that don't know, Paige is an actress. Patrick is an actor. Both have been on Broadway. How was it at the beginning when Broadway shut down? We didn't discuss this last time for Patrick and
Well, he was currently and would be if the shutdown hadn't happened, playing Hades in Hadestown on Broadway. Big, best musical of the year. It's phenomenal, huge thing. And everybody thought, the Broadway would be shut down for a couple of months, just like every other business we thought would be just shut down for a couple of months. So he, has to face the fact that it might not come back. I don't think Broadway shows will actually raise their curtain until fall of next year, not spring of next year. I think we're going to need, a vaccine that's been, readily available where mass people are able to be inoculated. And that's just not going to happen until fall. It's going to take a long time to get through everybody who needs it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that they're coming close to a vaccine, that they have a trial already, but that doesn't mean everybody's just going to get it. Oh, yay, it's here. And now we're all inoculated. No, it's going to take time.
Let's go to Broadway, kids. Let's head to a show.
Yeah. My first stop is to sit in a crowded theater.
Yeah.
Not.
No.
So, but I don't know, maybe this might be too dark for your show, but I know you're open about a lot of things. Quarantine has been interesting for us because Patrick has started going to AA.
Oh.
And he has stopped drinking. He's passed his 90-day mark already.
That is wonderful, Paige.
I'm going to Al-Anon meetings. So, if any of your viewers are watching and they want to direct message me or talk to me about anything about that, that's kind of been my whole world, is like journaling, reading Al-Anon literature, like in my own recovery, because you're actually in your own recovery when you're in Al-Anon.
Yeah.
And it's been like, I've done 25 years of personal psychotherapy with therapists, and like in 3 months, I'm like mind blown.
Yeah, I mean, not that it's so almost, Paige. It's from something awful has come a kind of a wonderful transformation. Would you not agree?
I would 100% agree. It's not without its fear and pain, and it's been really hard, but it's been really, really good. Ultimately phenomenal.
And I know you won't mind me asking, is it making you guys stronger? It's such a cliche, but is it making you guys stronger? This I hate that word journey, but this.
I know, I get it. I know. There's so many words that have been co-opted. Sorry, I'm on my computer, force quitting my mail so it doesn't keep dinging on us.
Yeah.
It's made us stronger. That's a weird thing because the growth is kind of like, it's not a linear climb. So, on today, yeah. Like, on another day, I might be like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's, there's a lot of hurdles that come up because not only are you dealing with the literal aspect of the non-drinking, but then when you start doing the inner work, some days you feel really strong and happy, but you might not feel strong and happy on the same day as your spouse.
Yep.
Right? So there's like all of this back and forth, and sometimes it's really great together, and sometimes we feel like we're 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, I think. But I also think that that's human and normal.
I was going to say, Paige, everyone wants, it's not a movie. It's not a Broadway show. It's not going to wrap up at curtain and Paige.
Well, we do break into song, but
I mean, you could. I mean, Paige isn't breaking into song at the end of a Wednesday. I'm going to bed right now. I'm so glad we didn't fight today.
That's not everybody's life? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Will you stick around, sweetie? Paige is sticking around. We're going to talk more when we come back with my friend, the one and only Paige Davis, right after this. Oh, it's some dish that just, no, but there's been, there's dish that yes, you just remembered it. Yeah, we had a great birthday brunch in New York, didn't we, Paige?
We did.
And I will never, anyway, no, actually the thing that surprised me that night, I know, now you know exactly what you told me. Anyway, the Hildy thing did shock me the most because I went in thinking that Hildy was difficult and not friendly, and you were like, no, she's one of the nicest.
Yeah, she is difficult, but only when it came to her vision. She wasn't going to shrink her vision.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, so she would be difficult when it came to that. Like she would tell the producers, no, no, I'm doing this, but it came from a good place. She really believed she was inspiring people to think outside the box. And it is true that she didn't see people's homes as their homes. But I mean that in a good way. I know everybody in your audience is probably nodding their head right now, like, yeah, we know. But what I mean by that is she saw people's rooms as a canvas to burst your mind open. She never expected you to do what she was doing in that person's home. But they signed a whole bunch of papers saying, like, you can do whatever you want to my home. So she was like, okay. And she would try to really inspire people to just like really step out of their box.
Yeah.
You just do something they would never do.
We have a few more minutes with Paige, and we'll do that when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. More of my buddy. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it was. Back right after this.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day.
Brand new theme song, the one and only Yam House. Make it a good day, everybody.
Let's make it a
Anyway, our guest today is Paige Davis, the star of one of the most popular home renovation shows of all time. Now, in a minute, we're going to play a game to end on a happy note. But, Paige, I want to spend like maybe 30, 45 seconds. Talk to me about your buddy Frank, if you will. We didn't get to Frank, and I want to pay tribute to Frank.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, you can't think of Trading Spaces without thinking about Frank. His death was very unexpected, very sudden, and really threw all of us, just threw us for a loop. Doug is the one who's taking it the most hard of our cast, I think. Doug Wilson.
Yeah.
He's had a really hard time bouncing back from that. Yeah, I mean, what do you say? He was the paternal patriarch of our show, and he kept us all laughing. He kept everything in perspective at all times. And, you know, here's some gossip. He was a dirty old man is what he was. Everything's so sweet, you know? But he was so, you know, he was such a smoking rough, tough, like, it's so funny. His on-air personality is so like delicate and soft because he was a gruff old prankster.
Yeah.
You know, he was just the most, everybody loved Frank. Everybody. Nobody didn't like him.
That was another thing that you told me that first night at my house. You're like, he's as lovely as you want him to be. So.
Oh,
yeah.
100%. 100%.
Well, it's time to
put a mouth on him.
Yes. Well, it's time to put Paige to the test with a game that we're calling Home Reno or Home Ren Yes. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give Paige the name and description of a home remodeling show, and she has to guess if it's real or made up by the world-renowned Jason So research team. So are you ready, Paige?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to fail this.
No, I think you'll do okay. Okay, here we go. Home Reno or Home Ren Yes. Game of homes. Couples compete as they renovate homes.
No.
I'm sorry, that's real. That is Home Ren Yes. Home Ren
Good
Yes.
show. I should host it.
You should host that one, Paige. Get on that. Okay, next. Decorating Sense in the City. The premise, New Yorkers renovate studio apartments on the cheap.
No.
You are right. That is Home Reno.
Home Reno.
Next. While you were out, homeowner surprised with renovation while gone for the weekend.
Home Ren Yes.
That's right. On your network, the TLC. Okay, next. First time flippers. People try flipping homes for the first time.
Home Ren Yes.
Yeah, it's on the DIY network. Yeah, you got that one right. Okay, next. Don't touch that room. Spouses remodel a room against their loved one's wishes.
Home Ren No.
You're right, but wouldn't that be really good, Paige?
That's such a good show.
Can you host that one too, please?
100%.
Okay.
And then we'll enroll them all in AA and Al-Anon.
Yeah. Next, Deck Wars. Two teams compete building decks.
Home Ren Yes.
Yeah, that one's on HGTV. Okay, next, I wrecked my house. Design teams.
Home Ren Yes.
Okay, okay, I don't even. Yeah, that's on HGTV. Okay, next, 80s to today. Designers transform homes built in the 80s and bring them into the modern era.
Should happen. That is a Home Run No.
You are right, and again, you should host that one too. That one's.
Your team needs to start pitching shows to HGTV.
I know. It's producer Jeff should. What's he doing here?
Oh my gosh, they've got the best ideas.
Yeah, and finally, she's crafty, making home decor at home.
And the show's called She's Crafty?
Yeah.
It's a good title. Home Reno.
That is actually real. That is actually real.
Show.
Yeah, that is actually real. Okay. Well, you won there, Paige. You home ran one right there.
I did? I got more right than wrong?
You got way more right than wrong, yeah. Okay, before we go, okay, so you mentioned Pyramid, Plugola time. What else are you working on? Where can people see you?
Well, always on social media.
Yeah.
I'm at Real Paige Davis on all the handles. Insta. I love Insta.
I do too, yeah.
And oh my gosh, have you watched Social Democracy?
Oh, Social Dilemma?
Social Dilemma.
Yes. I know we haven't talked about it yet on the show, but we're going to. Did it not change the way you looked at social media?
It did. I felt like there were a lot of things I already knew, but yeah, everybody, you got to watch it. So good. I can talk about TV forever. I'm going to try to host my own talk show, Jason. I'm going to start to try to do it on Zoom. Will you be a guest?
Yeah, of course.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your theme song? Try to have a good day, or what does it say? What did it say?
Let's make it a good day.
Well, you made my day good already.
Well,
you started my day out right.
You made my day, and you do all the time. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you for doing the show.
Love you so much.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Paige Davis, everyone. Like she said, be sure to follow her on Instagram. Her handle, Real Paige Davis, not the fake one. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Yes, I'll be on your show. Welcome back. Kendall's here. How great was Paige, Kendall? Isn't she great?
She's so cool. I have such a girl crush on her.
As you should. I have a little boy crush on her. Yeah. And I know, let me say this, because I don't want to ever betray her trust, but I'm sure it's irritating for me to go like, hee hee hee, I can't say anything. Here's what I will tell you. This is the only thing I can tell you without betraying her trust. This is the clue. Ready?
Yep.
People are not always what they seem. There we go. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
It just gives you all the ideas.
You can let it percolate in the head, like a little Mr. Coffee.
Yep.
Anyway, I love her. She's one of the best. Just sincerely, what you see on TV is who she is. That's truly who she is. That's my buddy. Hey guys, don't forget, if you missed the show live, there's a couple opportunities to watch, including on our YouTube channel. Right there, just go to YouTube TV, search for The Jason Show. Please hit that subscribe button, and if you even hit that bell, it will remind you, it'll let you know when a new episode is uploaded. Thank you. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap up this episode right after these very important messages. Welcome back. I'm cracking up. The Jason Show fan club on Facebook.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what I'm talking about with Paige. Very funny. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. Hey, this is something you don't have to guess about. People have been asking about our replay on our sister station, Fox 9 Plus. Well, check this out. The Jason Show will be on at noon now on Fox 9 Plus. On at noon. Okay, and one more note too. I mentioned S Creek. It's going to be S Creek is going to be running reruns at 9:30 on Fox 9 Plus starting Friday. What? 28th. I'm sorry. Here comes an email.
Word vomit.
Jason can't even get the date right. Anyway, so yeah.
I tuned in.
Tune in, Fox 9 Plus. Thank you very much. Hey, and one more thing. Today would have been Larry Hagman's 89th birthday. Happy birthday to J.R. Ewing.
Happy birthday.
J.R. Ewing's right down there. The little doll there, that's a Larry Hagman doll right down there.
That's the real him.
Yeah. No, that's not the real him. I'm not a witch doctor. I didn't shrink him.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Is that really him, Jason? Yes, I shrank him, and there he is right there. That's right. Tomorrow on the show, Leslie Miller will join us. Leslie Miller will join us to talk about wine. Wine and home economics. That's right. That's coming up tomorrow. Best tease ever right there. Leslie Miller is going to come on and talk about social. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Hey, guys, if you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, don't forget, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Thanks to our guest today, Paige Davis. Thanks to all of you for watching. We are very grateful. Okay, ready to go home, Paige? What's your name? Kendall? We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Come on, Kendall, let's go home.
Okay.